Thank you Envato for sponsoring this video. Do you want to create brands with amazing typography but never know how to choose your type? Well, this video is for you. And if you already don't know, my name is Cami and I'm a brand designer / strategist. And today we will be looking at my process of how I pick and choose type for my brands and how you can do the same. Before we get started, it is important to understand how important typography is. Very similar to colour and typography both evoke emotions. And if you haven't already seen my video about colour, definitely check it out. Knowing psychology of font and the emotions that these fonts evoke will definitely advance your designs. So we have 4 different types of fonts that we'll be looking at today. And the first one being a serif font. A serif font is the one with the serifs. This font is stable, established and formal. Brands like Prada, Dior and Rolex all use a serif font. Next is a sans serif font, which is without the little serifs. This font is strong, powerful and masculine. Brands like Facebook, Google and Netflix all use a sans serif font. Next we have a script font, and there is a lot of different script fonts out there. This font is creative, fun and amusing. Brands like Coca-Cola, Ford and Pinterest all use a script font. Then we have my favorite, which is a display font, and again we have many different types of display fonts out there. This font is individual, unique and adaptable. Brands like Lego, Toys R Us and Disney all use a display font. And the current logo that I use actually has a display font. Here is the very useful poster by Envato with the 6 different fonts and the emotions that they evoke. And you can go check that out and I'll leave it in the link below. And if you have been wondering where to find fonts, you can either get fonts for free or paid. Here are some of my favorite free sources, which is Google Fonts, Pixels Plus and DaFont. I have also created a couple shorts on my favorite fonts and you can go check them out below. Then you also have paid sources like Adobe, which is free with the subscription, Creative Market, as well as Envato Elements. Envato sponsor! Talking about Envato, we have our first sponsor here on my YouTube channel. It is Envato Elements, and if you have been living under a rock, which honestly I have most of the time, it is for graphic designers. And what I use Envato for is mock-ups, fonts and more. If you want to go check them out, I'll leave a link in the bio. With this link, you will have an annual subscription, a 50% off discount, as well as this will only cost you $20 a month. Thank you Envato for sponsoring this video. So how to select the perfect font for your brand? Step 1. Audience is the starting point. This will allow you to know the emotion that you are trying to convey, whether this is serious or playful. Research and knowledge about the audience can drastically change your design. Without audience, you can choose design decisions based on your preferences. Step 2 is competition. This is another strong fundamental. When looking at competition, you should see the gaps in the market as well as any opportunities. It is also very important to understand the market and the business. So if you are designing for a solicitor's, it would be inappropriate to use a font like a display font or a script, as it is a very serious industry. So this is how I display my research. As you can see, I do have background, audience, competition, any brand words, typography ideas, and colours and mood board. In background, I give a very generic background. So for this idea, I was thinking about a gin brand that will specialise in creating luxury yet fruity gins. We have the audience, which is Sophie. She is 28 and she's not your typical gin drinker, so she won't be settling for your ordinary gin and tonic. And of course, we need something that is Instagrammable. Then we have the competition. This is the competition that I had a look at. The brand words are playful yet luxurious, with a sweet spot in between fun and sophisticated, and it's tropical. This is some of the ideas for the brand's typography. We have serifs and display fonts. This is any potential colours. And finally, this is the mood board. As you can see, we have the typography, we have any colours and emotions, as well as packaging. After we are done with the research and know what family of fonts we're going to be choosing, there is still a lot of fonts out there, so how do we narrow it down? So step 3 comes into play. Focus on the little details, whether this is sharp edges or round edges, condensed fonts, narrow fonts. It is all in the little details, as all of this has meaning. And you should really be influenced by the brand and what they sell. Also, some considerations are if something is trending, as this is a negative for the brand that you're designing for, as it will quickly become overused and it will go out of date. So you should definitely have a look at some alternatives so your brand doesn't become out of date. Step 4, don't forget about legibility. Something should look good, but it should also serve its purpose and be readable. For example, if you are targeting the younger population, studies have found that they seem to have an issue or a struggle with reading scripts, so you probably should avoid them. What I like to do after I have chosen all of the fonts is drop them into Illustrator and really compare them. And when I'm comparing them, I look for things I don't really like about them, and there will be definitely some fonts that you don't like as much as the other, and here you have to really trust your instinct, and that's where you find like your best favorite font. So here is the examples that I have picked for this project. I hope that you have enjoyed my video and you have learned something new about fonts. And if you have, please give it a like, subscribe and comment. It definitely helps my channel out a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!